All right, hello everyone. I am back. It's been like almost a week because life. Oh, and I am loud. Okay, there we go. Mute my speakers. So I don't have to listen to myself. Ha ha ha! Just you guys have to listen to me. This is why I don't always hear how crazy I sound sometimes. Anyway, I don't even know what we're doing today right now. I've got a stack of like traveler slings. I've got a stack of scrunchies. There's a bunch of stuff to finish. I think we're going to focus in on the scrunchies first because once we turn these guys, all we need to do is actually do a finishing seam. And that means that I would have them done. So let's focus in on them. I know the same thing could realistically be argued about the traveler slings too, but chill. I'm also on later today, so I'm not going to touch the Kato right now. Tomorrow, I don't know, this week's next couple days are in a complete uproar, as is Friday. The kids are in school, but apparently this bridging between like the marathon recovery and actual half marathon training is still fucking crazy. Because the little tiny AI overlord that I use wants me to go do 13 kilometers on Friday, and I'm like, I'm only supposed to be in bridge, which means that this shouldn't be as intense as it is. But apparently I need to have a word with the tiny AI overlord. I don't know. We did have okay, let's back it up here. I would have streamed would have been what on, I'd said the 2nd, but I feel like I streamed on the 3rd. Oh no. Didn't I stream on the 3rd? Doesn't matter. Anyway, oh no, I just didn't put up there was no like pretty intro picture or whatever. So I streamed was on the 3rd, and then the 4th, so Friday we went and we did Stampede, which was a lot of fun. Hi Andrea, long time no chat. I don't know what we're doing today, but we're doing stuff. We're doing shit, who knows. I was gonna work on Kato, but I have this convenient little stack of like scrunchies here, so we're gonna finish these up for this weekend. Anyway, yeah, so Friday was Stampede. Our kids are troopers, y'all. We started I think we were at the train station at like 7:45, which meant I think we left the house around 7:15-ish. Anyway, we did like an hour and a half of a 2-hour parade, which I'm surprised they actually stuck around that long. And then we walked down to the grounds. There's no point in taking the train down. Oh, fair. Well, hi. Thank you for being in the chat. I like the lurkers though too. Honest, I'm not gonna judge. Yeah, so we did like an hour and a half of the 2-hour parade. So there was a couple things that we had to do. We got like ride all day tickets because I still think they worked out cheaper. It was like they had to ride something like, we did the big Ferris wheel, so Dallas and I just paid for Ferris wheel tickets, but that was like $15 a piece. And this like ride all day ticket was $45. I think they did like 10 or 12 rides, so I think we broke even. It's really nice just letting them like get on whatever the fuck they wanted without having to worry, like keep track of tickets. So the like mental gymnastics of it were far less. Plus our entry onto like the grounds and stuff like that was free because we followed the parade in, which is how we've been doing it the past few years. And then we just did tarmac tickets, which is standing room for the chuck wagon races. Because oh God, we should have done day seats. I'm still sore from holding those two. Like, I do not need to do an upper body day for another day or two. Because of course the parade, you're lifting them up and down. Or holding them stationary for an hour and a half. And then it's the same for chuck wagons. It was like up, down, up, down, up, down. So next year we're going to do day seats. And then if they do well enough with day seats, we'll start booking like proper tickets. And by proper tickets, I mean like you pre-purchase your tickets so that you can include your admission and all this other stuff with it. Because once you start adding in like $25 in admission and things like that, the chuck wagon tickets become a lot cheaper in some ways. Oh, girl math. Anyway, chuck wagon math. I don't know what that would be called. So yeah, but they went right from like parade through frickin' Chuck's. We weren't off the grounds until 9:30 or something that night. Like weren't back to the Jeep until super late. And yes, they did have their moments of meltdown, of course, but they're 4 and 5, so I think they did freaking amazing. There are like some days where I'm very nervous about taking them to Japan, and then there's some days where I'm like, okay, this is actually going to be okay. And Friday was a mostly this is going to be okay day, thankfully. One last scrunchie to turn. We are not finishing these ones because they'll need to be white stitched, and right now I've got black thread in the machine, so we're going to do a lot of black thread work today and ignore a lot of the white thread work, and yeah, my prerogative. Anyway, and then we will actually work on Kato after this, I think, because there's a few drawstrings over there, and I do have to get a couple Kato done for this weekend, and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, chuck wagons were good. It was fast track. Lots and lots of barrels down. So if you're not familiar with chuck wagons, or you haven't heard me chat about them last year and stuff like that, chuck wagons are like, I really only talk about them around Stampede, so I don't expect you to have heard about them. Anyway, barrel down. If it's knocked down, okay, I'll back it up. It's a 5/8 mile, half a mile. It's a track. They have to race around the track as fast as they can. It's 4 thoroughbreds pulling a wagon. The wagon, including rider, can only be a certain weight. Blah, 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 blah. Because it all has to be standardized. All that. There are 2 outriders. So there's 6 horses per team. There's 3 teams on the track. There used to be 4 because Calgary used to be big enough for it. But that's one of the new safety things they brought in post-pandemic shutdowns, I guess would be the best description. Is they only have 3, probably much safer. It is weird though, because Calgary was like the last one that had 4 for the longest time. They have to go in a figure 8 around 2 barrels in the infield, and yes, that's a rodeo infield, and then race around this track as fast as they can, all that. When I talk about barrels being down, what's happened is someone has knocked down a barrel. Most of the time on Friday, it was a wagon. So a wagon knocking a barrel down is a 5-second penalty. So it adds 5 seconds to their race time. An outrider knocking down the barrel is 2-second penalty. And one of the guys knocked a barrel for sure and then ended up with like 8 seconds total. So something like, I don't know where the rest of it fucking came from. Maybe the outrider knocked down another barrel. But basically what ends up happening is the whole culmination of Stampede is you want to get into what's called the Dash for Cash, which on the last day of Stampede is a one race. There's an aggregate, which means that all of your times throughout the week are added up, and then the top 4 fastest wagons get into this Dash for Cash, and you win the truck and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, if you knock a barrel over, you're pretty much fucked for the full week. You can still go for what's called day money, which is still quite generous. It's one of the larger pots in chuck wagon racing. But Dash for Cash is where the money is really at. And so if you knock over a barrel on the first night, you're kind of fucked. And there was like, I don't think the first 3 heats had a clean heat. The whole, like in any of them. So it was nuts watching that. But anyway, basically we did that. We did a bunch of kid rides, and then we did that other thing, the Western Oasis, which is the art show, and like where they set up the like handicraft entries and stuff like that. So there were some gorgeous quilts this year, super cool to see. Like pixelated like bouquets and stuff like that. I hadn't seen anything like that at the quilts in the quilts, yeah. And yeah, it was good. So, and of course, bougie mini donuts. They have if Ogopogo is in your area, Andrea, for any of your state fairs. I don't know if you go to like, well, provincial fairs. I don't even know what's out in Ontario. I'm sure you guys have something similar. I'm assuming, of course, but if you do, Ogopogo does like bougie mini donuts, and they're so good. They are out of BC, so I don't know if they'll travel across, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what their schedule looks like. Anyway, their flavor this year for bougie donuts was creme caramel, and their donuts themselves are really good. And then yeah, they always have like a special for Stampede. I did tell Dawson that next year we're just gonna pack our dinners or like sandwiches and have like a picnic, because honestly, I love having a corn dog there. I love having my mini donuts, but every time we've gotten food there recently, I have been extremely disappointed. So I'm just like, let's just start packing our like dinner, like sandwich food. And we will, it is slowly shifting off of this week for Dallas. So I think next year will be the last year we end up going in for a parade to park anyway. And then it shifts really hard. It actually goes like the latest date it'll ever start, which is July 9th. Basically, they put it off of Canada Day. Right now it's on, so obviously it started on the 3rd, 4th. And then, yeah, so it won't start on the 2nd or 1st of July. They move it off of that, and then everything just shifts. So, and then I had Usagi Jinja, their mid-year festival. It was super good. Sales were quiet, and that's fine. It did let me figure out a bunch of like details for the tent, which was good. The new tent. I've got a pink one. Dallas had previously said, he's like, you should get a pink tent, and I was like, no, because like it'll be hot and stuff. But then I ended up with a pink tent, and I realized that's actually better because then it stands out, because a lot of people have pink tents. But it's got, and part of why I ended up with it is it's got a bunch of accessories to do like signs and stuff like that, and like bars, and from the bars I can hang product, and it'll also stabilize the tent, which is awesome. Blah 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 blah. So that was good. And then on Sunday we had Stampede Road Race, and I went and I crushed my 10K PB, all-time PB, personal best. So my previous personal best was, I've been chasing this since I started running 10Ks again after the kids. My previous PB was 2019, prenatal. It was the last PB that I had to crush. I crushed my 5K earlier this year, and then Sunday, I crushed my 10K PB. So the previous PB was 117.10. The new PB is 115.11. So I gained almost 2 minutes. And it is a far harder course than the previous 10K PB. So, yay! I was so stoked about that. Everything was indicating, including the one that I ran in training, that I should be able to do. I was going to be able to PB, but you know, sometimes it doesn't happen. But on Sunday, it happened. I was very pleased. And then my 5-year-old went and ran they did a 400-meter dash, and holy shit, I almost died. They did it in like 3:10, and I'm pretty sure my pace for my 400-meter like runs on the track is typically like 6:30. I was just like, oh my God, child. Don't slow down, keep going. But don't let me hold you back, because I was like... died, and they're like, Mama! And I'm like, no, keep going. Drag me along. Oh. And I was also worried because it was like, so with lifting the kids up and down on Friday, I was really sore on Saturday, and I'm like, well, how? And then we also were like walking around the grounds and everything like that, and we hadn't been sleeping well. And then on top of it, it's just like, holy shit, like, what are we, like, how is that going to impact time? I do think it did. Also, this whole funk I've been in June. But thanks, Andrea. I'm so excited, because that's the thing, is like, I feel like physical strength isn't as good necessarily as pre-kids because I haven't been focusing on weight training, or strength training, but my cardio health or cardio fitness, I guess, maybe not health, but fitness has gotten markedly improved. And it's cool because I've been doing this race now since, I think this is our 4th year. Youngest would have been 1, so 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah, this is the 5th year. And so it's like the first year I was like still over 130, and then the second year I was still like I think last year I was still like 123 or something like that. But I had been super sick like 2 weeks before. I was still disappointed because, well, yeah, it's fair to be disappointed as well. But like, yeah, it was just a really good improvement. And then Dallas on top of it he does the half here for a road race. And he went and PB'd again as well. He had a like 9-minute improvement over his last PB and over 10 minutes of an improvement over last year's road race. And it's just like, Jesus, dude. Although we were chatting about it, it's like the way that I improved on my 10K, because of course the lower distances are harder to get to see big gains on because to see big gains you have to do a lot more in some ways. But we were discussing, it's like if we extrapolated my improvement out over like the half marathon like his, it would have been something like a 15-minute improvement or something like that. So much energy, it's ridiculous. They were still going hard even after that. Like, they were whiny because they were tired, but they were still going. Even when we got off the train, like our youngest literally ran down the ramp from the train to the Jeep, and someone rode by on their bike and they're like, still boundless energy. It's like 10:30 at night. And it's like, yep. I honestly can't keep up some days. So, as I think we've discussed that, it's just like, holy shit. Okay, we'll do the drawstring channel foldovers here. And then, what's next? What is next? Should we do... I guess we should do the Kato that I've got on order. I'm like, I could do Traveler Slings or I could do Kato. Traveler Slings or Kato. Traveler Slings or Kato. Should do the Kato because then they're out of the brain space. I feel like sewing Kato today, but we should do Kato today. I just realized I also need to turn the small box bags to get them finished as well. We've got like 15 in the wings here or something like that. 10, 15. Whatever I didn't finish before Dawson Creek. Tonight is book club night, so I don't know if I'll be on or not. Mostly because I've got an appointment tomorrow and I need to, it's an ultrasound, so I have to like chug a bunch of water and it's annoying. But it's good. My doctor's taken some comments seriously, so we're just doing a pelvic ultrasound and stuff. Basically, if I looked at food in May, my blood sugars went through the roof. And so we're just doing a whole like check over to make sure that there's not something else afoot. I honestly think it might be perimenopause. I am young, like I just turned 36, but I do know mom started showing symptoms at 36-ish. She went into a really bad depression when I was young. So, and I think it was partly related to the fact that she was solo parenting and partly related to the fact that she was going into perimenopause. And not only that she was solo parenting, but solo parenting like in an isolated northern, not like mid BC community, away from friends and family. Now there were other factors in that as well, but you know, none of it helped. So, but anyway. My doctor's been really good. I did misplace my rec form, so I gotta find out if I can get a new one tomorrow. If not, I'll get the new one, but she's gonna send me for like hormonal and everything like that. Just to make sure there's not like more insulin resistance or something stupid. So, because part of it is that I am actually below my pre-pregnancy weight. Yes. Which has been like something I've been working at slowly over the last few years. So like that's not going to be a factor in it, but yeah, we'll see. Could also just be that I was like sick without being like sick. I don't know. It is out of place. And I guess I am telling you this not to be TMI, but more to be like, if you notice something weird, please take care of yourselves. There we go. Okay. Got a pair of shears here. These need to be cut in half. And then I guess what we'll do is, because what do these need? And I am going to be bad, and I'm going to pilfer a set of linings for these from the bin of ones we've already finished, because it feels dumb to cut more right now when I have so many like nearly done or ready to go. Will that bite me in the ass? 100%. But that's a future Katie problem, so we're just going to ignore me right now. Please don't tell me told you so when it comes down to me complaining about it later, because, you know. The only problem is that a lot of these might actually be those things, which are the things, which means that I don't actually have... Oh, yeah. Okay, it looks like I might still have to sew together interiors and pockets at least, but that's okay. That's easy enough to do. So how many do we have? We got 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now for the bunnies, actually I think the lighter bunnies, we're going to go with a lighter pocket too. Yeah, that'll look good. Okay. So that should be 6 darker blue and then 2 lighter blue. I know it really is, and it's so rare. But she's really good. And the thing I like about our doctor is it's like she is concerned enough that she doesn't like let things slide, but like not over, she doesn't project any overt anxiety about stuff either. So it's like, if we're concerned, she'll do the stuff. If she's like, yeah, whatever, I trust her to like, just that, yeah, it's whatever. It's fine. That's where it's at. She's a good balance between the two. So I can actually trust her to be like, no, this is good. So 3. So this will need to be top stitched in black and stitched into the bag in black. And then the lighter ones will have to be stitched into the bag with light thread. So that's when we'll swap. Pretty sure all the other kata that need to be finished right now are also supposed to be in, like, have black top stitching. So we won't, I don't know what I'm doing exactly, but we'll get it figured out. Okay, those actually do need to be ironed. They are far too wrinkled for me to want to like top stitch them as they are. So let's plug the iron in and track down the little steam press pad, the little press pad that I had the other day. Okay, so all the scrunchies are done. They just need to be clipped apart. Plonk. Oh, 1 second. Oh no, that one's separate. Okay, I just realized we need the steam press pad, or the press pad, and we also need the lining. Stitching, being able to stitch the pockets onto a lining is actually kind of integral to this whole process. So let's see. La 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 la. Just ignore that. Oh, we have. Oh, is that the shit? Oh no, that's other stuff. Okay, is that... What's this? Those don't look like Kato lining. All right, where did the Kato lining go? They can't have gone far because I have actually kept them contained in their bin, more or less at least. At least I thought I had. Who knows? Maybe I'm lying to myself. Would we be surprised? No, we shouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. There's a bag that's like mostly finished there, right there. Are we surprised about that either? No. Well, shit. Well, shit. There it is. Or are those tote bags? Oh, fuck, those are tote bags. The hell? There's like a whole bin right here of Kato. And I'm pretty sure I kept them in a similar... Oh, there they are. Okay, good. They weren't too far away. Right, because we ended up cutting a lot of them down, but I didn't cut all of them down yet. Right? Is this the right one? Yes, this is the right one. Good. They're not even too large. And we have 4, which is perfect because this fabric is like exactly what it needs to be for 4. Yay! And then we'll cut it again. Yay! And then we'll track down the actual exteriors. Oh, God. Hey, Wendy. How are you today? We are working on the Kato. I just finished up the dark stitched scrunchies, so they're done for the weekend. The next event being Stampede Breakfast with Ancient Arts Yarns on Saturday. So I'm working on your Kato, and the other 2 I have on order as well, because the lady that's going to be, well, she's already prepaid for one, and then I'm making a second one that she'll pick up on Saturday. I was just telling Andrea that I crushed my 10K PB on Sunday, going from 1:17:10 to 1:15:11. So that's super exciting, almost 2 minutes versus my previous PB, which was pre-kids. Now all my PBs from here are postpartum PBs, so that's exciting. Or, well, like all-time PBs, I guess. Previously, I kind of like separated up my postpartum PBs from my like all-time PBs, but now we're just back to all-time PBs. Oh, I bet. I hope there has been an improvement though. I do know my grandma had cataract surgery and it was like night and day sort of thing. Or it can be. Right. I don't expect these, I don't need them to be perfect, but they have been seen in that box long enough that it is time. Yes, and not only is it 2 minutes over all time, but it's 8 minutes versus last year or something stupid like that. So it worked out to like a 44 second per kilometer improvement, like average. So we extrapolated it out versus like what Dallas did, and it's like, or if I had done the same improvement, like percentage, it was something like, it would have been like 14 minutes or something, like 15 minutes off of a half, which is about right considering that I took 14 minutes off of Calgary. So Dallas, however, also took 10 minutes off his half marathon versus last year, and gave himself a full PB as well of like, yeah, by something like stupid like 9 minutes. I'm like, dude, good God. So I think my next goal for the next big goal for the half is that 222. 220 would be ideal. And then my next big goal for the 10K eventually will be breaking an hour. So that's like another minute and a half off. It's probably going to take me 2 to 3 years again, but that's okay. I also forgot how hard a course. You can never avoid hills in Calgary, but I forgot just how fucking hilly this course is. So it's like a PB on a harder course than what I set it on previously too. Because Cochrane, there's a little bit of a like up, but it's nothing compared to the running around where we are in Calgary for this. It's like undulating up and down. It's like There's a big climb right at the fucking end. There's like 2-3 elevation changes, noticeable elevation changes in the first 1.5 kilometers. You have to like climb an overpass to go over the road. So when I'm complaining about elevation, it's like that. So I have no clue how he's getting. I think he's just devoted himself to it. And honestly, probably the fact that he's getting such good gains is like motivating him to get more gains. He also went out with the 135 pacer, and he's like, I think I left stuff on the table. And I'm like, yeah, I told you should have gone with 130. He thinks he might have blown up on that one, though. And it's like, yeah, maybe. But he's always underestimating himself. I think that's part of it. Yes. I did not leave anything on the table. I was so toast. I was trying so hard to break 115 too, and I was just like, don't. But that's okay. So close. So I think the next realistic one for next year is probably 105 to 110, just given how I have been improving. And I'm really hoping at Red Deer in October, which is the next big one I'm training for, I'll be able to get a 220. No, that's not realistic. 230 to 40. I always like having a range. I don't like being super like because even on Sunday I was like, as long as I beat 117, I don't fucking care. I gotta get this like pre-baby PB off the back burner. So I was like, even if I had been 117.09, I would have been extremely pleased. The fact that it's like just over 115 makes me happy, even happier. So, and the kids rocked Stampede. We basically we did like 1.5 hours out of the 2-hour parade. They did really well on the train this year. We gotta go. We were chatting that we should probably ride the train a few more times so that we're not in Japan with them just like losing their minds on the transit. So we need to take some buses. Because A, they love buses. They've been on school buses with their friends. But B, I don't want them in Japan on buses like just losing it. I think this is fair. So we were chatting though about like maybe we'll take the train down to some of the playgrounds, and like there's a nice splash park around one of the train stations and stuff like that. So I was like, it's good practice for all of us, really. So, all right. We are ready for pockets. Now we did them so that we did all the, I think it was easier with the, yeah, so we'll do 1, 2, 2, and 2, and 3, and 3. Anyway, we'll do the one like the 1 seam pockets, and then we'll do the 2 seam pockets. I guess we're only doing 3 and 3 because 1 has to have light stitching. That's right. Okay. So this one has to have white stitching. So we'll do all the dark stitching now, and then we'll swap to white thread and finish the scrunchies that are under white thread. And then we'll come back and we'll do the white stitching for the pocket and assembly, and then we'll do all the clipping of all the kato, and that will probably be all the time we have for today. This morning I had to take Dallas to the airport, even though the kids are at school today. It's like just been a shambles of a day. So it's like, take the kids to the airport, or not the kids, Dallas to the airport. And we were just running late in general. And then I still had to do a tempo run, and I had to go to Costco and just, one of those days. I need to trim did I keep or do oh good Lord, I can't read that anymore. That's the small box bag. There's the drawstring one. But yeah, we got everything done. Got my run done. We have high tea for book club tonight. So I went and got Costco tiramisu, in part because I love Costco tiramisu, and in part because I knew I would not have time to make anything. So that's what I'm taking. Yeah, life. And tomorrow will be the same too, because I got to go do some appointments, and then I can come on. appointments. And then I gotta see, actually, I think it's supposed to be cooler tomorrow, which will be good because I'm like, I have another fast run. Because apparently, even though this is bridging, this program is still nuts and wants me to do like 13 kilometers for my long run on Friday. And I'm like, that's 2/3 of the half. What the fuck are you doing to me? And it's like, go do 200-meter things at like 800-meter pace tomorrow. And I'm like, ooh, what? I don't even know what my 800-meter pace is, you jackasses. All right, we got to do the bottom stitch before we do the pocket stitches anyway. So all my finagling was for naught. Oh well. Now, when I come up 4 linings and 4 pocket sets short, just remind me that I pilfered them for these ones. Because I did not feel like going in and cutting more interiors right now. La 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 la. I'm innocent in my own destruction, 100%. Anyway, pancake breakfast this weekend. I'm excited. I love this event, and apparently it's like, so when we'll back up. The Usagi Jinja mid-year festival, the CJCA people so Canadian Japanese or Calgary Japanese Canadian Association. Or Calgary Japanese Community Association. I can never remember what the C's exactly stand for. I could look it up, but I'm not going to right now. But that's the gist of it. They have their pancake breakfast on this first weekend of Stampede as well. And the guy was saying that they had like double the attendees they normally had. I asked him if they had ran out of pancake mix. And he's like, no, luckily. They only had one pitcher left, and he's like, normally we have like buckets and buckets still available. So it's like, holy shit. So I messaged Caroline, and I'm like, heads up, this is what I'm hearing. And she's like, yep. But there's a lot of factors in that, we think. He mentioned it's like, yeah, with people sticking closer to home. What I'm also thinking is that it really felt like Stampede this year was the like kickoff to summer. And so I have a feeling like it was 2 days after Canada Day. So who's really leaving town? They are definitely out of town now. Costco parking lot was like empty today. Like maybe, well, okay. As empty as a Costco parking lot can be, basically. 75% full, 80% full. It was not hard to find a parking spot. Lots of times it's really hard to find a parking spot, no matter what time of day you go. Anyway. Yeah, so I have a feeling there's that factor too. But like, yeah, I think it's just going to be, I hope it's busy. It'll be good. I think Caroline's planning for like 1,000 people. Sort of busy. So there's that. But yeah, I haven't even actually paid attention to the Chuck since, because it's just like with kids and other things, it's just like, oh. Used to like religiously watch the Chuck Wagon races, but they're also really hard to access. So CBC has the broadcast rights for them now, and it's like their live stream of them is so shitty that it's hardly even worth watching. And then the radio is just hard to keep track. It's a very visual sport, so it's just hard to keep track of them on the actual track. But I don't know. Sports one's usually the best one, but like CBC will cut away and then not come back to the broadcast before, like, you'll be like a quarter into the race, and it's like, well, the barrels are one of the most important things of the whole race. Dorps. Cat problems. One and Stampede problems. Oh God. Bitchy. You want to move to Canada? Why is that? More temperate weather. You could like come snowbird here, so when it's cold there and it's hot here, you could just like swap. Or come here. Well, no, actually, it's gonna be like, come here when it's cold, and then you'll never be hot. But no, don't come here when it's cold. It sucks. If you haven't heard me complaining the last while. All Why do I have an extra pocket? Oh, crap. I guess we'll find out in a minute why I have an extra pocket. I'm pretty sure that was the right sets, though. Ooh, I'm almost... So we have Something Wilder is the book that we're discussing at book club tonight, or at least what we all read. Our book club's funny. It's like we don't really discuss the book. We just kind of get together to like gab. And honestly, I think that's the best kind of book club. It's very low pressure. And then, yeah, tonight's going to be like high tea / booze for me, because tea will keep me up until 6 a.m. probably. But yeah, Something Wilder tonight. But I'm almost finished that A.K. Caggiano trilogy. I think I'm only like 2.5 hours from the end or something insane. I've been listening to it a lot. No, 3 hours left. Yeah, it's like, God, it's been so slow burn. It's so slow burn. Like, in a really good way, but my God. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I've just got a spare pocket. All right. Fair enough. I guess we just have to make sure one of these gets, like, stitched with black to match. Okay. All right, we're going to do 2 pockets, and then we're going to do the 3 pockets. So basically 1 seam and then 2 seams. It's always amazing to me how fast these come together when I don't have to sew a bajillion of them. Amazing how that works. I'm almost done a pair of Dallas's socks. I'm almost done a sweater. Okay, so the sweater's a whole saga. So started before the kids, but it's a really long fingering weight sweater. I don't know what I was thinking. And then I've also got like 3 other fingering weight sweaters on the lineup. And one of them is on really tiny needles. And I was kind of like, I'm totally going to get that done before Knit City. It's not going to be finished before Knit City. There's no way in fuck. But this other one's like, I got off the sleeves. I'm like, yes, just the collar left. And it's like garter stitch. So it's super easy. It's almost 400 stitches. I had to pick up and knit 386 stitches for my size. And there's no convenient like little, I had to figure out how many to pick up, basically, like how to pick up that many stitches. And then it is a shawl collar, so I'm gonna have to knit short rows, and then I'm also gonna have to knit 3 inches. And I'm like, I was so excited to get to the collar, and now I'm like completely stalled back out again because I'm like, fuck. Again, reminder that no matter what craft I'm doing, I am a product person. I don't mind the craft to get there, but I am here for the thing. I'm here for the kato when it's finished. I'm here for the sweater once it's finished. Do I mind the process? No, not normally. If elves were to come in and do all the work for me at nighttime, would I be upset? No. I totally want some shoemaker elves. Maybe I do need to go into the top cupboard for some whiskey and like spirits. That'll work, right? Ugh. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, I always forget how much easier this is when I'm not sewing like 2 dozen of them or more. We do have about 10 to finish right now, so that's pretty good. I think we've even got the leather and everything, so we won't pilfer that leather. We'll cut new leather for these ones. Yes, Wendy, we're gonna go with brown leather for the bunnies, right? We could go with black leather for the navy bunnies, but I think the brown will look nicer. It's warmer because it's a fairly warm navy. I just realized I think that's what we decided on, because I'm thinking about the crossbody strap as well. Will look better in the warm leather with that one. Yes, the sleeves are done. The sleeves are done. And part of this too is like this is like a duster length sweater. So actually that's probably what I should aim to have finished for Knit City, because it'll still look really good. It's just the other one's is like a nice like tee, and it would look really good. Yeah, do you know what? That would be a better thing. Have some elves to clean, and then I could just like do my thing. Clean, laundry, cook. Actually, no, I don't mind cooking. I hate cleaning up afterwards. Nah, let them cook too. I did tell Dawson, it's like, if we ever come into like money, like win the lottery amount of money sort of thing, I would love a housekeeper. Like, I can do it, but I am not a good housekeeper. That's probably the best description of my skill level. I can do it grudgingly, and I am capable but unwilling. There we go. To use some corporate terms. Capable but unwilling. I can do it, but at what cost? So anyway. Oh yeah. It was stinking hot, literally stinking. It stank in my eldest's room last night. I had to go drop off snacks or something because Dallas was doing bedtime, but they were both like, we're hungry. And I'm like, yeah, I can totally do that. And then I walked in, I'm just like, oh my God, it's hot in here. But their bed has been over their vent since we got it on a frame, and that's fine. But so we actually moved their whole bedroom around last night, and it is such a better like layout now. It's refreshing. And it'll be much cooler, so they're not going to like overheat in their bedroom. And also it'll be warmer in the wintertime too. So, and we're both like, why didn't we do this to begin with? I'm like, I don't know. Just because partly because, or mostly because it was laid out that way from when they were in their crib still. So we just kept the similar layout, I think is the big one. Because when we moved into this house, they were still in their crib. And now the second is like outgrowing their crib, but they're still super comfy in it, so we're not touching it right now. Not capable and not willing. So if we all, let's manifest this. We're gonna win the lottery without buying a lottery ticket. No dying though. We don't want anyone to die for us to get this stuff. But we're gonna get enough money to hire housekeepers. Somehow, I don't know how that works exactly. I'm putting that energy out into the world. Let's do it. We want housekeepers. And I know I've got the cleaners that come in, but like, honest to God, having someone just to like clean up more regularly would be fucking amazing. Oh well. Could be worse. I do hate a lot of these posts though that like circulate, and it's like, what is it? It's like women are like, yeah, if I have to pick up after my kids, it just means that my kids are like well clothed, or like clean clothes, and like, or yeah, what is it? If the dishes on the laundry feel never ending, it's because my kids have clean clothes and like are eating healthy meals, or eating. Basically, like, be grateful for what you have sort of thing. And I'm like, I always read this, and I'm like, yeah, but it's still labor. Just because you're complaining about it doesn't mean you're ungrateful about it, right? Like, I don't know. It depends on the day that I read these things, and it's like, ugh. Sometimes it strikes a nerve. It's like, it doesn't mean that's not, like, work. It doesn't mean that you can't complain about it. Cat problems. Katie being judgy. Imaginary. It's not even like real problems. It's just imaginary problems this time. Not that any of the other ones are real either, really. I think we are getting to the age, though, where the kids can start at least making themselves toast. I think it's time to teach them how to use the toaster. And, like, how to butter their own bread and stuff like that. Especially the eldest. I think they're ready to start doing some of that. I don't know. It feels like one of those things where it's like there is and is not, like, a magic number. Yeah, there's that, too. Get it done when you get it. So, right now, all my laundry baskets are practically clear because we did a push on laundry yesterday, which is amazing. And Dallas did get, I think he actually got all the dishes done in the kitchen yesterday, which is awesome. So, like, we're kind of starting at 0 this week, which is nice. We don't normally start at 0, but, like, getting the laundry baskets cleared is impressive because it's like, there's always, I don't know if you guys do this, but I have, like, one basket usually, or, like, a half basket that's usually, like, this will get cleaned when it gets cleaned, like, of special stuff, like, well, there's still some of that. It's like sweaters or like sheets, or like winter sheets, especially when we've done the transitional change. So shit like that. So that I'm even clearing that out right now, which I am pleased with. And then there's like 16 bajillion unmatched socks. Like, I don't even know how these get lost. Like, is there has to be a dryer gremlin eating my socks. Seriously. Although I did a clear out of one of the closets the other day, or I had to refold a bunch of stuff. I can't remember what happened, but I was digging around in the closet that does hold our sheets and like towels, basically the linen closet. And I randomly found a sock. I'm like, so it's actually the sheets apparently that are eating them, not gremlins, I guess. I don't know. I still think it's gremlins. I think they make nests out of them. Or is that what the house hippo use, Andrea? Because I know the peanut butter steps, but I can't remember what the house hippo used for their nests. Was it socks or something like that? Or dryer lint? Maybe it's dryer lint, right? Okay, I'm just like, where the fuck did the pieces go? But they're over here. Okay, all right. Time to get these assembled. If I can find the other pieces now. La 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 la. Okay, well, there is the fish and the butterfly. So we've got half of all 4 bags here. La 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 la. La 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 la. Where's the other half? Is the cat sleeping on them? Probably. Are you sleeping on them, bud? Hi, buddy. Hey, buddy boy. Oh, hello. Yes, I know. Yes, your head's looking better. I'm glad. Okay, did you eat the exteriors? Probably, hey? Nope, there they are. They're under the kimono pieces here. Oh, shit. I need to email that guy. I can do that next week. I actually got a couple special orders for prayer paper bags, which I didn't even know were a thing, but when but the Shinto priest at Usogi Jinja wanted some, so I'm like, okay, I'm down for doing that sort of work. That needs to be repressed. Holy shit. It's not even adhered. Neither is the bunnies. Oh, crap. Okay, let's double check all of these because apparently they did not get pressed well this time. Yeah, none of these got pressed well. Okay, we'll just do we'll redo them just on the desk here. I am going to grab the larger pressing mat though. And then I hope, oh yeah, that's right there. I'm like, as long as I can see it, we can do it. But yes, I see it, so we're good. But hey, finishing off the scrunchies is actually going to clear off this side desk pretty well. And then I just need to get into the obi wedges because realistically I can move the the heat press, like this Cricut. Actually, that should go on the press table, or like the press cart with the steam press, if it fits. If not, I'll put it back on the shelf. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, Katie? I know. I'm mostly talking to myself out loud. I'm just making you all listen. La 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 la, I promise. We will get there. We'll get somewhere eventually, at least. Okay. There, this is the larger one. I just don't feel like actually heating up the big steam press today. So, my basement is nice and cool. It's not because of that, but it's like, I just don't feel like moving it around. Let's see if this will fit. Kinda. It'll fit well enough. Boom. Boom. Just make room. That's one thing I wish with these like things that are like, we're craft carts, is that they would make them so, the one from Michael's is really annoying because it doesn't actually fit that steam press fully widthwise, but it also doesn't fit like 12 by 12 paper. I don't understand. Everyone's like, oh, it's like those 10 drawer crafts, like the crafter's bane, because they're really useful if you've got a use for them. But then once you run out of like a use for them, what the fuck do you do with them? Kind of thing. And what I mean by that, oh, there's one of the kids. And there's the, oh my goodness, finding stuff that I needed. Okay, cool. Anyway, I call them the crafter's bane because they're super useful when you have a use for them, but then it's like, okay, what do you do with them? But you don't necessarily want to throw them out because they're fucking expensive. Like, I inherited 2 craft carts from my grandma, and partly why I haven't gotten rid of them is sentimentality, to be fair. But part of why I haven't gotten rid of them is because it's like, I know as soon as I do, I'll think of a use for them, and then I'll be like, ah. Anyway, however, the annoying part of them is that it's like they don't fit the 12 by 12 papers and stuff like that. And I'm like, why wouldn't they fit the 12 by 12? Anyway, I totally still have a tote bag pile. What are you talking about? I totally have a tote bag pile staring at me right now. We're just ignoring it. We're working on Kato like I promised today. And then we're going to swap the threads and do the scrunchies. The Obi bags were here. They're gone right now. They're also getting ignored. I didn't come back up on Thursday, or back down on Thursday night, because I did my work in the afternoon, and then I was like, if I come back down and work, I'm just going to be exhausted for Stampede, and I didn't want to subject anyone to that. I already knew it was going to be a long day, which it was. It was a good day, but it was a long day. And the youngest was feral waiting in line. They did good, but my God, that child some days. At some times. So it was like, okay, we did like a couple hours of rides, and then we got out. So they are at the exact same spot as when I left on Thursday. We're going to do the Kato and finish up the other ones that are nearly done. And then we'll go in and we'll finish up the Obi bags for Saturday. So that'll be tomorrow's task. I think we'll get these done today at least. And we might even get... What time is it? Oh, it's 3:15 already. I don't know. We'll see. I do have an alarm set to remind me when to go today, because I was like, if I don't, I'm just going to like work past it, and it doesn't work today because we're back to solo. Although they're going to hang out with their uncle tonight. So that'll be good. Because they adore him. So. Alright. But I can see my desk on the right-hand side here. But, oh, sorry, the Obi bags that are on the desk over here are the wedge bags that haven't been touched since too long as well. I think I cut them technically for that show in May. Did I cut them? I don't know. I can't remember if I cut them for Omatsuri or if I cut them for the Kimono Fair. But something in there. It's a blur. Oh yeah, my friend confirmed that she'll be coming to Japan. She's already booked her flights and everything. She's like locked in. I've locked us in with hotel reservations and stuff, but yeah, flights will happen a little bit later. Well, I'm still waiting for my passport. But yeah, she's like, we had our chat yesterday because there was, Japan isn't really a trip to plan via text, I guess, might be the best description. And I don't think she quite realized that we were staying outside of like the city center anymore, because of that whole price difference. So yeah, so we just kind of went over plans too of like, this is what I have in the calendar and anything can move. And if you want to add anything, go for it. I don't care. Like, we've done everything pretty much, but we're doing like the highlights tour with the kids. So no, she's like, she's down for anything. I'm like, awesome, because I don't even know if I'm in the marathon yet. Oh. All right. So bunnies and bunnies, we're going to do gold Wendy for the tabs. And then Tora said she doesn't like gold. So I'm just going to double check what color she wanted for the... I think she asked for multicolor for the thingamabobber. That thing. The butterflies. Iridescent. Okay, so I'll do black with the koi and iridescent with the butterflies. And we'll do black tabs for the butterflies and navy tabs for the koi. We'll do navy tabs for your navy bunny bag and sand colored for the aqua bunnies, maybe? We'll see here in a minute. I'll pull up my reminder. All of these are coming out of current cuts. Although, honest to God, I fucked them up anyway, so we're good. They're all messed up as it is. All right. There's a handle that needs to stay back there. So. Oh, there's a navy and gold set right there. Ooh, or do we want to do... No, we're going to do navy and gold because that's what I've got hardware for the straps. And then what did I say? Navy and black for the koi. So navy and gold for the navy bunnies. Navy and black for the koi. Doesn't even look like I need very many of the D-rings. Black and iridescent for the butterflies. And then we just got to decide what we want for the actual bunny, the other bunny bag. Bunny, 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 bunnies. I think we should go silver or sand. Nice and light and delicate to kind of match the exterior, my dear. Whoa, what the fuck? My text messages just blew up. Let me just make sure it's nothing important. Oh, okay. Nothing that concerns me. We're good. Ooh, we got tickets to Monster Jam, which is going to be super fun. Our youngest is like going to lose their fucking mind. Oh, I didn't know this, but apparently Dallas is gone. Like, so his parents are coming and his dad's like super excited. And I didn't know this, but they actually went quite a bit when he was a kid, so that's super cool. Beige. The gray is too... No. Okay, so like this sandy beige. So it's going to go in the light bunnies. Now I think we'll go in and we'll stitch the dark ones with the black thread, and then we'll stitch the light one with white thread. And then we can stitch its pockets. And we need 2 black leather handles and two brown leather handles. Okay, there's all the D-ring tabs ready. Or ready-ish. Just gotta clip these last couple ones. And then what's next after that? Actually, we're doing pretty good. Okay. Coffee. My computer's telling me that I actually do have a new message, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? There are 0 new messages on you. Weird. Oh well. Okay. Eat that anymore. Get it out of the way. Trim down. Okay, so we're gonna set this guy aside for a minute. We'll work on him last. That one's last. And then we've got these guys that we need to trim down. Align the canvas. There we go. Our koi and our butterflies. Align the canvas. We'll trim everything down before we sew it, because that's the idea, and I don't have to sew the corners. Yay! And we gotta clip in the D-ring tabs. Okay. Now these have to be done individually, because that's the way they roll. At least then they're matched as well. Bunnies, bunnies, bunnies. I think the last cut of this one also needs to become a Kato bag, because there's like one more large box bag cut, but I don't think I've got handles for it, so I think we'll just cut it up for Kato. This is why I end up with a lot of like older stash, because it's like the last pieces, and I'm like, should it become this or this or this or this? Actually, I said that out loud, and now it's like, no, we should do some minis from it, because honestly, that print would be spectacular as a mini. So maybe that's what we'll do. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. Planned? Oh, okay. Koi, 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 koi. Ding, 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 ding. So, 2 black, 2 brown, 2 black, 2 brown. We need leather. Why I'm not throwing those into the scrap bins behind me, I will never know. We will be here, Wendy. No worries. Turn and turn. Okay, so basically I'm also justifying this wedge to the smaller, if there is like a difference, to the smaller portion rather than the larger portion. Okay, I just realized actually, how's it looking on this one, which is the one that more people are watching? It's looking fine. Actually, this little box could be smaller probably. So I'm using like 2 different streaming things now, and still learning the various like shortcomings versus like stuff. There we go. I think that looks good probably. Nope. Move the text box. Yay! I did it. Okay. Good. So we're going to sew the sides, and then we're going to swap the thread. Okay. So sew the sides of the dark ones, and then we'll swap the thread and do the same for all these steps for the light one, because the pockets need to be done and blah blah blah. Alrighty. Oh, this koi fabric's really good. This is the last of the koi fabric for bags, at least. Yeah. But there might be some like small accessories and stuff like that coming out of it later on. But I always look for fish fabric when I'm in Japan. So if you've lost or if you missed out this round, just know that I do typically come home with some new fishy fabric each time I go to Japan, whether it's obi or kimono or cottons and cotton linen blends. We do still have the golden koi on orange coming up in the mini traveler. I think that's so. Today is these. Get these done and the scrunchies done. And then tomorrow, what did I say tomorrow? I don't remember, but we should do let's do the backpack. We've got 2 backpacks to finish. And as much as that will clear up Flynn's bed, it will also clear up Flynn's bed on my desk behind you, beside you guys. And then we can move on to doing the mini traveler slings for the weekend. And then we can wrap up on the minis and the obi traveler slings Thursday, Friday. Next day's Tuesday. Yeah, okay. My weeks are I'm going to be confused about my weeks for the next little bit because the kids are in school all week. And then actually I was going to be like, and then we'll be confused again because they'll go back to their normal schedule, but they're not. They're going to be full time this year, and that is wild. So, well, semi full time, I guess. They're going to have long weekends every week that Dallas is home. So that'll be good. So they'll be home like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then back to school on Tuesday. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I hope it's going to be okay. Apparently there's some kiddos bothering my youngest, so I'm hoping well, part of it is that some of them are moving on this year, which is good. They won't be in the same class. And tensions might have just been running higher, but I hope it doesn't continue. And I know the teachers are on it, so like that's all we really can do is just kind of wait it out, I guess. I don't know. It's tough. Poor kiddos. All of them, really. All right, there's a brown for the bunnies. 1 brown. Can I make 2 browns? Nope, just 1. Okay. This is mostly tab leather, but I just want to make sure that I'm not like missing anything we could be using. I think That's a little bit too short. Maybe. Yes, too short. Okay. Alrighty, I think it is into the leather bin we go. I know I haven't like stitched these together, but honestly the next step is actually smashing them together. So we'll get ready to smash them together. Yeah, because I think this is too short as well, isn't it? Yeah, far too short. Okay, cool. So we need a strappy strap. We need a couple. Actually, we only need 2. That one is too short as well, but within tolerance. So, is it? No, it's too short. Too short. Okay, you go into there for stuff. You're too long. You're too short. You're too long. Gotta be just right. I sound like Goldilocks, but it's true. Huh. Surprise! There's a bunch of unfinished stuff on here too. Woohoo! Was this good? No, it's too. It dips in. Okay, and then can I make one out of this? Yes. Maybe. Nope. Okay. Do I have enough? Do I have black leather? You. Near. There's a lot of brown leather in here, but do I have black? Okay. Damn. Come here. Shit on top too, so that never helps with the actual finding of the things. There's a deep brown, black brown. That's not gonna work. Oh, did we end up using all of it up for that last batch? Maybe. Do I have I stashed? Oh right, I was cutting down black leather for the last set, wasn't I? Shit. Okay, so I need 2 brown straps and 2 black straps. Okay. No, that's too short too. I don't know why they're in here then if they're too short. They should be just going into like... Anyway, whatever. Who knows how my brain thinks? It's probably like, future Katie problem. Just like everything. For some reason there's Velcro in here. That doesn't belong in here. Get out. That's double, like reversible drawstring bags. Those could use a finish as well. They aren't almost done. That's dark black brown, which isn't what we're going for any of these. That looks like more scrunchies that we missed. La 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 la. It totally is. I'm not surprised. More drawstring bags. Okay. More dark, like black brown. Hey Wendy, I'm just digging through the leather cuts that I already have to see if I need to cut more brown, black, and it looks like we do. Because we got like a dark, like espresso brown, but that doesn't work for the for most of this. So I've got 1 brown, we need 2 brown, and then we need the black for the koi and the butterflies. Okay. And I'm like, I want to kind of get that rolling now so that it's ready. Could I pilfer this? Yes, but I want to get those other kato done as well. So let me just go grab the leather. I hope I have black stuff. Oh, thank fuck. Okay, good. Like, wait, I better still have black leather. I do. Yay. Oh, but we are out of... no, we're not out of brown, but we're shifting into a different colored brown. And I'm going to need to go get some more for my brother-in-law as well for labels, actually. Oh, I'll close that up completely. Actually, no, because this can't stay out because the cats will get it. Flynn, a little orange booger, loves to like scratch leather, which has been fantastic for my cowboy boots. Just what you always want on leather. Okay, clean up the current Cricut stuff because it is in the way. I did finally go get my Cricut mat so that we can do the final cuts for the sign. The sign worked very well. There's a couple things I got to adjust on it for generalized use, but that was the nice thing about Saturday, is being able to like test some stuff out. I need to put a second, like, it needs to have 2 separate hangers as part of it. Right now it's got like a piece of like faux suede or something like that through it, but it needs like 2 hangers, and then I need to drill a hole in the side actually so that I can so it doesn't like shuffle back and forth too much in the wind. That was the big thing, I think, that needed to be done. Okay, now I do have a strap cutter. I hate using the strap cutter though, so we're gonna just try and lay this out and do it with a rotary cutter, which should work just as well. Maybe, I don't know. I love using the leather. I hate having to prep the leather. Surprise! Are we surprised? No. Actually, I guess what I could do is I could just I don't have to cut a whole strap. No, I don't have to. What the hell am I talking about? I could just transfer and cut the 2 handles we need, which would be far easier and can be done out of any portion of it without me having to square it up, which is what I hate doing. I love the wholesale place I go to for leather, but the one massive benefit that Tandy has over them is that Tandy will true up the leather and give you all the pieces from it. So it's like, I don't know. And honestly, end up having comparable prices on their utility hides. So I don't know yet. Although sometimes they don't have everything I need. Whereas when I go to the wholesaler, they basically have anything and everything your little heart could desire and more. So these 2, damn it, the cotton is on 2 opposite directions. That's annoying. So one's going over and one's going under. Lovely. La 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 la. Oh well. Okay, I've got a clip here instead of a pin. So I'm just gonna clip that there. All right, you're like, Katie, you're working off camera. Yeah, I am. Sorry. Not sorry. Okay, scissors. Strap I want to copy. Oh, fair enough. Do you want me to pause on these, or are we still good to go? Because here's the thing, as long as it's not sewn in, everything can still be changed. Well, really anything can be changed up until like the only thing that's really going to protest is the leather. Truly. So if we want to go with like black or anything like that, we can swap that for sure. Zippity zip. Zippity zip. Zoom. Small zooms. Long zoom. No, at least kind of long zooms. Okay. So there's the handle copied. And I'm just going to flip it. And we're going to move it the other way. And I'm going to shuffle it this way, I think. Because I'll leave us. Oh no, if I move it this way and I continue to do it this way, there'll be less wastage because we can run up more along this angle later. Okay. Yeah, it's like as much as I love... Okay, here's the thing. I actually really adore working with this little bit of leather that we do for the bags, but I am also extremely glad that I never that's not the main calling that I have. I don't know why. I don't think I would want to work with leather fully for all of my bags. It's gorgeous, but I think it's pretty unforgiving. That's part of it. And a lot of it, so much of it still has to be hand stitched. So, All right. Cutting the black leather. Here we go. So what I did is I took the brown and I used an awl to just give myself an outline of the handle that I wanted to copy. And I'm just going to cut that out of this. I don't actually know. I think this might be a side. So, or like, and by that I mean I don't think it's the belly. I think it's like this is a full side. Yeah, it's a full side, but like there's different sections on the side, so I don't know if it's like the shoulder or what I'm cutting it out of, because I didn't unroll the whole thing, because that's what I want to avoid today. So it's something. It's a portion of the hide. Typically, I do strip this straight down. Knowing now that I don't have any other black, I am going to actually strip this one with my strap cutter, but I'll do that on the weekend when the kiddos are home, because honestly, then what I'll do is I can go outside and lay it out. I know that, well, my cutting table is more or less large enough, but I find it easier to just sit down on the ground and strip the whole thing most of the time. Most of the time it's more accurate, blah, 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 blah. So I'll true it up on my cutting table, and then we'll go outside and just cut it all. And they can bounce around on the bouncy castle and hopefully leave me alone so that I can just get my work done. Oh yeah, don't go wake her up. No worries. What I want to know is if we want brown leather in there or black leather, and I can wait, so we're good. I will just make the decisions for you for the tabs, because it blends in as per most of my work. So no worries. I will work on the other two that I have here. And we can always cut more leather. Or less leather. And the brown's easier than the black, to be honest. So. Oh. Okay. Good and good. And then just what we'll do is like I'll match the leather handles to whatever we put into the actual bags. Bloop. And the black was actually for the koi and the that other thing anyway. There we go. The koi and the fish. I'm like, what else are we sewing? My God. Brains. Okay. So, we'll do these two. And we also have time to. Because realistically, go. Yeah, because here's the thing. If I don't work on these today, whatever, I can also work on other things today before. Or we could even work on the other kato that are like patiently waiting under Flynn right now, because they're, well, maybe not so patiently. They may be leering at me a little bit too. Okay, I'm just trying to get that in. Pop. And turn. Oh, we ran out of bobbin thread right on that corner. Nope, we ran out of bobbin thread way up at the top. Fuck. God damn. At least, nope, didn't even stitch the freaking trials and tribulations. No, it just broke. Lovely. Okay. I promise I did actually clean out my, like, feed dogs the last time I worked. So, you know. Yeah, no, let me know. Zero pressure. I will finish these as per your requests. That's where I'm at with them. So we will work with what she desires. If she wants to email me, she can. Or if you want to, like, just let me know next time, like tomorrow, that also works. We're good. I did not mean to kick off your anxiety. I'm sorry. And I don't mean to laugh about it, but that was not my intention. I was just like, all right, let's get going on these. And I didn't even think that we hadn't discussed about leather choices. So that's on me. Whee! Fair enough. Maybe I did. Did I chat with her about it? Let me check. La 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 la. Ugh. Brains. Okay. No, we never discussed. Okay, right. We discussed straps. We didn't discuss any colors. So I was just like, wait, did I miss something? Because that would not be shocking right now. Speaking of which, I guess I do actually need to still call my mother-in-law and make sure she knows that the kids are coming up on Saturday. I've like obliquely mentioned it multiple times, but then I kind of just stuck it on the calendar the other day, which is where it's like the best for it to be. But then I realized I've not actually talked to her directly about it. No, now the bobbin's actually fucking ran out. Fine, get back here. There we go. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. So the option is in warm brown pull-up leather, or actually the espresso brown would look really good too. Here, I'll give you the options on screen, and then you can like go back to the time. How long? We're 1:35:43. So what I was going to go with is this pull-up leather. It's a nice warm, and why it's called pull-up is it makes this really cool like effect when it gets bent, and then it will actually go away as it like relaxes. So it'll look really good with both, because then they can be matchy-matchy without being like insanely matching. So it goes with the navy really nice. And it goes with the aqua very nice as well. And as you can see, that pull-up's already like relaxed out. Or we can do black, which it's black. Don't know what else to tell you. Looks good with the aqua though too. And it does look very nice with the navy. Or we can do an espresso, what I'm calling espresso. It's kind of like that black brown. That's really popular with IKEA. It looks really good with both of these as well. So we got this nice, it's like a really dark, deep brown. And so it looks really good with the aqua. And it also looks really good with the navy. And obviously we can swap them however we want to. So there, as much as that's going to come across on screen. So you can show it to her at like, we're at an hour and 35 minutes-ish. If she wants to see before she makes any decisions as well. Or they, sorry, I'm making assumptions here. I don't know why. I know better than that. All right. Anyway, we'll go back to these ones now. But that is generally what I have on hand for leather right now. So, and sorry, I'm not going to go out and buy another hide right now, unless it's for labels. But the black can't be used for labels anyway, because I don't think, well, I wonder if the laser engraver would actually engrave over black, but I don't think it would. Looks really good on like that off brown that we used though, so. Did that actually, okay, yeah, the bobbin did work. Okay, I'm like, wait, did that actually go together properly? And it did, yay, yes. Okay, sure. We're good there. Now we need to like, yeah, and if she needs photos of them or anything like that, I can email her email them photos. Good God, Katie. Blah, blah, blah. Apparently I should have actually drank more coffee. Yeah. Oh, come on. Okay. Bobbin time. Bobbin time. Bobbin, bobbin, bobbin time. Okay, and then yeah, these can't be chain piece, no, because I have to nest them the same direction, and that's just too much work. Too much mental gymnastics to get them to nest the correct directions. Yeah, I like the pull-up brown as well. And that one, I have a strap made out of it, and it softens up so nicely. Whereas the black and the black's a lot stiffer, as is the espresso brown as well. And of course, it's going to be a little bit different every cut I take, even off of the same hide, but that's generally what I've found with those two. I don't know if it's like tanning process or something, or just like hide difference or what exactly, but I have found that actually the majority of the blacks have been stiffer, and like the darker they are, the stiffer they are. So, don't know. Like I said, I'm not working with these fully for bags, so their temperaments aren't necessarily as like it's good to know. But it's not like it's like be all end all for a wristlet. Yeah. Okay. There is the koi done. So now I think we are ready to smash them together, and we'll get maybe the other ones also clipped so that we can smash a few together today. I think that would be a good decision overall. Okay, so bunnies are set aside. Things. One strap. Where'd the other strap go? Oh, I put it here because I was demonstrating it. The brains. All right, Flynn, I'm going to disturb your nap because you're sleeping on top of my stuff. He's like, yeah, whatever, lady. Fuck you. I was here first. Wholly unbothered by everything right now. Oh my God. Okay. All right, so these are the kata that we were working on whenever we were working on them. I think Omatsuri. Oh, fair enough. So it's half a secret. I appreciate all of your patiences with it. It's been a wild ride on it for all of us, I think. Hey, there's a piece of denim that I was missing the other day. Now, did we focus in on cats, or did we also get, whatever. I don't know why I'm asking y'all. We will find out together in a moment, I guess. La 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 la. Okay, there's those black cats, lucky cats, and then I think this one needed some tea. Oh yeah, it needed to have some extra stitching done here, but it needs to have its top stitch taken out. And actually, it is just top stitch there, so we'll seam rip that out and then go around. Okay, I do think we had the constellations ready to go. Okay, what else? Flynn is wholly just like la 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 la. Oh, okay, now I've bothered him enough that he's like, oh, fuck this. Okay, there's some belt bags. Did you eat the Kato cat? Is that what happened? The Kato? Are they on your belly now? Or did I move them and I forgot? Yep, I moved them and I forgot probably. Anyone surprised? 'Cause I'm not. Okay, there's a bunch of handles and there's a bunch of drawstrings. So that's one good step in the right direction. And honestly, shuffling it or getting it all off also helped clear that up quite a bit. Now, did they end up here? Holy fuck, okay. There's a crap ton of needle stashers here. Why am I obsessed about getting these clipped? Because if I get them clipped and sewn, I'm more likely to get them finished for the weekend. That is a bunch of needle stashers. That should work. Actually, that can be work tomorrow night when the kids are home. What is tomorrow night? There's nothing tomorrow night, I don't think. There's another handle to stop stitch. Top stitch. There's all of the other small box bag like things, I think. Exteriors, or at least a good chunk of them. Those are totes. Totes. There we go. Here's the partially finished kato. Okay. Mostly cats, it looks like. No, not really. Or at least I'm trying not to. I'm mostly just trying to find the kato that we have mostly finished and like just waiting to be assembled. Because when did we finish a bunch of these? We finished a bunch of these like before, was it Dawson when we ran out of time? When did we run out of time? It doesn't matter. But I think it was Dawson. Oh, there's a lot finished. Okay, that we don't have lining for. Okay, that's what happened. But we do have a lot here that are like ready just to be smashed together. All right, so we'll piece together the mystery pieces now. Because there is a lot down here that's like partially finished. But not a lot that will have linings yet. Okay. Oh, God. But yes, this is all coming from the whip box back behind me. So, what I need to figure out, these look like they're all going to be cat bags because they're all paw prints. And the rule was paw prints go into cats or dogs. Animal prints. No, cats and dogs. And then we have a bunch of drawstrings and etc. ready to go. Because if I'm already clipping together 2 bags, why not just clip everything together is my thought process right now. And if you're like making the very valid point of like, well, that takes more time. I know, but then I'll get a bunch done. Don't ask me how my brain works because not even I know. Okay, but these do look like the ones that were getting prepped. These were definitely the interiors prepped for the bags. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, it was all cats and dogs. Do you remember that? The question now becomes which cats and dogs, because I think it's these guys. Okay, this one for sure, because I see the drawstring for it right here. So we're going to make up our little packages, which means that we stuff in the drawstring, the leather, and the lining. Done. Because they're already all constructed on the exterior, so we're good there. This does not look like all of the bags that were prepped, but we'll start here and see where we go. And there's definitely some drawstrings in here that should never have been in here. So, la 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 la, my hands are too full. There's crepe cats. The other thing is, what ones did we do the different leathers for? This needs to be seam ripped. Here's crepe cats right here. I'm pretty sure crepe cats was getting black leather. Okay. And then this black cat, as long as it's, because like I've got chocolate and stuff here too. Oh yeah, but there's the black cat with roses. Good, and it's definitely getting black leather. Doom. Cat Pacino's is getting brown leather because it's coffee themed. I can't remember if it's dark or light of the pull up, but whatever. We'll just go with the dark one because it looks more like espresso. There we go. Okay, and then what about the pink one? There's the pink Cat Pacino 1, 2. And it can get a light pull up, or it could get a light, or it could get the espresso. There's the Shiba. They're definitely going with that pull up leather. I'm pretty sure the Sushi Neko was black. Actually, I think the red was pull-up leather. The black and white cats was definitely black. The patchwork cats was definitely black. All of these patchwork cats were black. As long as the exteriors are done, we're good. Black for the Maneki Neko Potato Lucky Cats. I have 1 and 2. Okay, and an interior. Okay, so I'm just going to assume that cappuccino here was a pull-up leather. Good, good enough. Okay, so I do not see Maiko here. I do not see fans. I do not see constellations or owls. I don't even see Kit Inquisition, but that doesn't mean anything really. There's the white and black cats. Okay, so that means that we're missing a bunch though. Because I definitely have, I do remember that we prepped Sushi Neko, and I'm pretty sure we prepped the kanji cats as well. And we would have prepped that too. Oh, there's a different color. Okay, so the winter pine is ready. And right here, ready to go. Sweet. Okay, and then we've got quilt window cats with like little tuxes with purple, and it's definitely black leather. There we go. Well, that'll actually give us a good idea of like how much more black leather I need to prep probably. It's going to be a lot. That's why, actually, yeah. That's why we'll start cutting it down this weekend outside, and then it's just like, then I just cut down the strips into whatever we need to use. Fishing cats, I'm going to go with brown for that. I don't even know if that was the one that we decided before, but it'll be fine. It's fine. It looks good. Okay. Sure. What else do we have? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more linings. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9. Oh yeah, we got 9, 10. Looks like we got 11. So we probably need more lining, and I'll just, what this means is I just do a better dive on the box, to be honest, because I have a feeling there's probably more lining here that's been buried. Okay, back to the box. One moment. Oh yeah, look at that. There is actually some of the stuff Now, did your linings get done though? Like, I have all these paw prints, but do I have the exteriors ready? Or the interiors ready? It does not look like it, and that looks like a tote bag. Okay, constellations and owls and fans are actually sewn, but I don't think their interiors are done. There is Kit Inquisition and wallpaper cats. Oh god. Okay. Getting stuck on stuff. Okay. Wallpaper cats, and that's definitely a black leather because hi. Black cats on navy. Brown doesn't go. Oh, my rings are all twisty. Gross. Ugh. Oh my god, I almost lost my wedding band the other day. So when I run, a lot of the time, sometimes my hands swell. Sometimes my hands don't swell. It really depends on the day. This was the day that it decided that they wanted to swell. So I took them off and I tucked them in my pocket. Smart thing to do so that I'm not freaking out about my fingers swelling up. But I pulled my phone out of the pocket because, of course, women's running shorts, they're actually bike shorts, but whatever. Women's exercise shorts only have one pocket typically, unless they're pants. And even then, you're lucky. And anyway, whatever. Yeah, and it accidentally pulled my wedding. I was pulling the rings out to put back on my hand, and I dropped it. And both Dallas and I heard the ting, and I looked down and I only had like one, or like I had 2 out of the 3 rings I normally wear, and it's like, fuck. We didn't find it, but a dog walker that went by helped us look, and she found it. Thank God. It was like, holy shit. I would have been devastated. Well, what we would have done is we would have gone and got a detector, a metal detector, because I think my brother-in-law has one or something like that, apparently. But holy crap, it was a like harrowing experience. It was just like, Jesus. Okay, I wouldn't normally pair brown with this one, but it's going to look very good. It's nice and warm. I know, I was, ugh. Like, you know that like stomach sickening drop that you get when something like that happens? Ugh. So, lesson learned. Just leave them in the Jeep or leave them at home or something. Not really. I keep wearing them, but right now they're all like spinny and annoying. My fingers have not shrunk enough to go down a size yet, but it's like extremely tempting. But yeah, definitely. Well, I don't want to go down a size because obviously my fingers swell. So no. Okay. I do not have Lucky Potato Cat brown drawstring. But I do have these guys. I think actually we did pretty good in keeping everything kind of contained-ish. I have one. Okay, I've got 3 more left, and I've got 1 lining. So Sushi Neko. No, I've got 4 more technically set aside. Okay. Sushi Neko, Moonlight Patchwork, Sketch Cats, and then Giant Cats. And that's what we've got leather for. So that tells me that we had those 4 ready to go, roll. So I need 3 more linings and 4 more exteriors. Okay, we're not doing bad. And by saying that we're not doing bad, I am not like searching for these 6 months from now. What was I trying to get these finished for? Oh, no, that's not Dallas's. That's mine. I thought I just found Dallas's like hoodie he was looking for this morning, but never mind. Okay, those are totes. Those are totes that are like apparently at a different stage than the totes that are looming over me. So who knows? Those are turtles. There's a patchwork. Yay! So there's patchwork. So 3 more linings. 3 more linings and 3 more exteriors. Okay. There's Sheba. What does Sheba need? Because it's got like, oh, it's just got pockets. It needs a lining. Why is Sheba here? Sheba's fine now. Do you remember it had to be in timeout because it's like, its stuff got installed weird. Actually is what happened. Did I not, or did I pilfer? Did earlier Katie pilfer linings from these guys? Because I definitely pilfered the blue ones for the ones we're working on today, but it feels like I might have done that earlier too. There is some excess pockets in here and some lining, but I wouldn't have taken them from that set because then none of those are paw print fabrics and we were just working on paw prints. Some massive piece of leather that could actually be put here. Okay, I think we're gonna call it there then and just not worry about it. And then we'll deal with, because that's still quite a few to finish anyway. How many is it? Something. It's enough, along with the minis and stuff like that. Is it? Not really. But where could the, because all the extras it looks like got put over there. That's backpack. That's later Kato. That is nothing that we're working on right now. Those are all drawstrings that need to be popped down into that. That's the upside down Sushi Neko. Yeah, because those are all drawstring, or mostly drawstrings for stuff that I see in the bin. Actually, so we'll leave them on the whip desk because that makes more sense. Yes, because I would have cleared, okay. I definitely cleared all the exteriors off and I thought I put them all in here because I deemed this the Kato bin. But there's a lot of totes because apparently there's a lot of totes. Fuck. Okay, so what I'm looking for exteriors and I'm looking for interiors as well. Those are all non-cat exteriors, although I did see the majority of their drawstrings on the work surface because the rest of them are down here. So I feel like those that we have on the desk mostly ready aren't actually mostly ready. Okay. Coolio. So the goal after this week, I think, should be to actually try and clear. We're going to clear the minis, hopefully in the next couple weeks, and then we're going to clear that Kato bin. Because we're going to need all those Kato anyway for, yeah, I already had a Shiba. What was the other Shiba, though? There's another one. I don't remember. Yeah. Okay. That cleared up a lot off that desk, though. But after this week, we'll go in and we'll clear up the Kato bin, I guess. Oh, shoot. Maybe they're in here. 1 second. One more spot to look, maybe. Oh, yeah. Sorry. So the Shiba I was talking about that needed to be fixed is an old fabric. And what had happened is the D-ring tabs actually got installed. Or when they got sewn, they ended up going crooked. And so I had to put in timeout because we all know how much I love seam ripping in the middle of sewing. And it just hasn't made it back on the table yet. So this is its opportunity, but today is not that day right now. No, this is all other whips. It's like box bags, a bin. Okay, that is not what we're working on right now. Alrighty. So we'll pull these up because those are all scrunchies that need to be finished. That scared me. Let's seam rip this guy and open it up. I don't think I've done the finish. Have I done the finishing seam? Oh, shit. Katie, why did you do that finishing seam already? That's dumb. Finishing seam should always be last, because then if I need to turn it, I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, this one, there is a little bit of a defect on the corner here. The interior is not fully folded down, which just means that it's going to wear faster, blah, blah, blah. So I don't want that. Exposed edge. All that jazz. My small box bag that I pilfered from my stock for myself like 10 years ago or something like that actually has just started to show wear. Right on the handle, so that's not a surprise. It's a small box bag, and it's not the Japanese fabric, it's the North American fabric that the handle's lined with. Back when I was doing different stuff for lining, or for cuts and stuff. I think I lined that one because I didn't want to fold it over and like cover up the motif, because the motif was so cute. It's a little candy cart cat, and it's they're pulling along a candy cart. And it's dumping a bunch of candy, so there's a cat following behind, picking up like the candy behind this cat. Okay. There we go. Pick that out. We're definitely not going to get all of this done today, and that is perfectly fine. But what we will get done is we'll get this partially done at least. And then what time is it? It's 4:15. I am actually going to need to leave a little bit earlier for the washroom before kids. So probably in about 15 minutes. Yeah, so. But tomorrow, I was going to say I should be on earlier, but I don't know what tomorrow's looking like right now. Got a freaking like, what's supposed to be an hour and a half, like, intervals. Shit, I don't know. I don't understand. I've got like 2 speed works this week, and it's like weird, and like 1 base run and a long run, and I'm like, holy shit. I thought you're only supposed to really do like 1 speed workout a week, but sure, man. So we'll go see how I do. have an appointment in the morning. I don't know how long it's going to take. It's probably only like half an hour to 45 minutes. So I should be on a little bit earlier tomorrow. And not quite so cramped for time post child pickup as today, which will also help too. So basically I have to go pick them up, get home, get changed, get out. So, but I'm not skipping book club. I'm missing it next month, and I already know this, and I'm already sad. I'm like, no. Although that'll be the Tuesday that we drive out to Victoria. So, oh shoot, I should find out who can take care of the cats while we're gone. They'll need some care. Okay, this is gonna be an easy fix at least. I will run it through with the dark thread, and then we'll go into clipping these other guys. Actually, do I have anything else that needs to be fixed up while I'm here? Just that one? Just that one. And we're good. And my camera's getting overexposed. Turn exposure down. Dun, 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 dun. And the brightness. There we go. And I'm not burning anyone's retinas out, hopefully. Okay. Oh yeah, I can see it now. I must have sewn this from the exterior, or else I would have noticed this when I was actually putting it through the machine earlier. But, you know, here we go. Let's do this. Clip, clip, done. Okay, did that fix it? Yay, it's fixed. We're still gonna top stitch it first. Actually, if I top stitch it now, then it's done. Top stitching, ding, 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 top stitching. Just make sure it is actually, yeah, we're good. It's actually caught, it's actually caught, it's actually caught. Boop. Okay. Off we go. Okay, so I guess tomorrow we'll wrap up on these Kato. As much as I'm not going to work super hard tonight or super late tonight, I will go in and do some work tonight. So that we can just sew tomorrow, hopefully. Basically, I'll take the Kato upstairs and clip them before bed. But I have to be up in the morning, so I don't want to be up chatting all night, I guess. That's okay. That's what I prefer to be doing. But logically, I know that I'm not supposed to be doing. Oh, being a responsible adult. It's dumb. Okay. There. Now we just have to do the finishing seam again, and that one is ready. Woohoo! This one's super. I really like this one with all the little calicos everywhere, and this dark teal on the background is really nice too. All right, finishing seam. Ahoy! 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 Thanks. Right? Being responsible. My God. Okay. Yeah, I guess the next step is just actually clipping everything in and trimming down some things. So, and getting leather for, oh, okay, that's where a couple of the extra leather pieces came in, was actually from what we cut today. Okay, there we go. So we're only really missing one bag, I think, right now. Not bad. I'll take it. Okay, we'll cut this in half. Yeah, and I'll head out in about 10 minutes. Actually, if I do that, then I could make the kids some cheese pizza for dinner, technically. Yeah, because since we're having high tea, I'm more or less having dinner at book club, I guess. Yeah, sweet. Okay. Okay, first things first. We need to clip in the leather. Actually, honestly, I should probably just go in and do that with. Well, typically I clip the leather in and then clip everything else just because then it's done. Yeah, that's what we'll stick to. Okay, so custom orders first. Customs first. Customs first. Doom, 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 doom. Customs first. Butterflies. 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 And where's my clip bin? Where's my clip bin? I think it's over here. Yes, it's like buried, unsurprisingly. Okay, fine. Freak out. Oh God, clips everywhere. Get out of here, Traveler Sling. Thank you. Okay. Boom. Good. Alright, I just clip all the clips we're going to use. Now, and what we're going to do, yeah, so handles always go on the left of the, like, label. No, I did not match up the check. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. That needs a little bit of a cleanup. It's like mostly fine, but a little bit not. Oh, come on. It's just a couple little like spurs that don't need to be there. There we go. Okay. That's better. Now, as long as I've got the angles proper, we're good. We're good. Sweet. So we'll get that one there. That's basically what I do. It's supposed to be like a certain amount past each of the seam. So I just clip my ruler in. And we go with that measurement because it's the most accurate versus what I used to do. So, you know, we're just going to stick with this. Now, where did your interiors go? The $1 million question. There's another interior that I forgot about. So there should be an interior we've missed. Exterior we've missed. That's okay. I think we've got enough. Where the hell did your interior go? We literally just sewed it. Did I bury it? Must have buried it. No. Yes. No. It's not down there, guys. Where did it go? Holy fuck. What the fuck? Where did it go? Oh my god. Okay. Seriously, it's what we've been working on all day. Or, well, a good chunk of the day. Oh, and did I sew it and then bury it when I move stuff around? Yeah. Nope, that's just interfaced for the backpacks and stuff. Good God. I didn't think I was quite this disorganized. And that's just a piece for a different one. Oh, and then there's another paw print interior. All right, so we're missing 2 exteriors. And these are all cat ones we just did, so they're all matched up with their interiors. Okay, and that one's not sewn, or it's white thread, and we did black thread ones for these guys. Ironed? No. Nope. La 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 la. I didn't think it was quite this crazy. Good Lord. Okay, well that's a good sign that it's just time to be done for now, I guess. Those are small box bags. I'm like, what are these? Oh God. Yeah, because the stuff over there is that. And by that, I mean small box bags. I see one more Kato, but it doesn't have drawstrings, but we can tuck in a paw print thing here anyway. What the fuck? Because I wouldn't have done the wedges on them yet because they're like, that's not the step they're on yet. What did I do? Well, I would have done the exterior wedges. Like, are they behind my sewing desk? No. Okay, I think that's a good place to call it then today, and I will look for them tomorrow or tonight when I get home and hopefully find them. What the fuck did I do with them? Did I tuck them into the box? And like, I'm asking you guys like you're in my brain. That is currently malfunctioning apparently anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Because obviously I don't know. Did I like put them over here with all this other stuff and then like lose it? No. There's the small box bag stuff. And then there's large box bags, which I knew about. No, it's not mixed in there. Those are all needle stashers, which we knew about. That's a pocket that hasn't been stitched yet. Did I end up putting them under the leather? No, because that's Cricut stuff. Okay. I am going to put the leather away while I'm hands on it right now. Good Lord. Okay. Leather is away because the cat has like gotten to my cowboy boots and I do not want him getting the leather. He's a jerk. Jerkity jerk, jerk, jerk. And just that cleared that up so I know it's not there. Yeah, oh right, I ironed the pockets. That's what we ironed on them. And then we just did a second press on the exteriors for the new ones because I was like, yeah. But like, there's not very many places they could have gone. They literally have not left the basement. That's usually when I start losing stuff. Okay. I'm going to call it. I will see you all tomorrow. Hopefully I find my brain and the linings and we'll just sew. Have an awesome, like, whatever, whenever you are, and I'll see you all soon. Or chat at you all soon. Bye.